Abarigani, Jambo, Asante Sana. I welcome you in peace today. My name is Papa Mangue Ibrahim Sylla. I'm a master drummer. I was born in West Africa, Senegal, and raised here in Chicago, United States. So I'm a dual citizen. I bring to you a special version of the traditional djembe drum. My father was a pioneer of African arts here in America. He was on voyage with the first ballet to come here from Senegal, Le Ballet du Senegal. My mom was one of the first pioneer dancers here from Chicago, doing African dance in Chicago, starting in the 70s. Today, I carry on the African drum and dance tradition. I love being a drummer because it brings me back to a homeostasis. Sometimes you may be stressed. Sometimes you may want to reflect, and that's what djembe does for me. It brings me back to like a childhood place, right? So it also gives me, it allows me to be a conduit for others, so I can bring happiness for other people. When I'm playing, people feel the joy. So that's why I love djembe. I've agreed to donate my time today to C.O.R.E Music Foundation because of Sister Yakira and the orientation of families surrounded around it. So we believe that everything isn't about compensation. Some things that we do in the community has to be to recycle things or to give and for the return. So this is for the children, the students, the people who may need to put djembe into their repertoire and may not be sure on how or where to go about it. So this is just some beginner steps to introduce you into the door of djembe. To make a djembe, you chop down a tree, hollow it out on the inside. Use a goat skin or animal skin covering, and there's an iron ring like a basketball ring with ropes attached to add tension onto the skin. And then you have djembe. You always know that it's a djembe by the cup shape or the goblet shape. Djembe. So traditionally, the drum was created to accompany the women that cook the food and create songs and dance, right? So traditionally, the women would cook, and if you notice, the mortars are even shaped like djembes. I don't know if that is related, but the women would cook and play rhythms while they toss the mortar up and sing. And so the men went to the blacksmith and they had the djembe created to replicate the sounds that the women were making. So you have the bass, the tone, and the slap, those three sounds to kind of, so you can imagine that's how they developed different rhythms from there. As well as traditionally, there was no ropes, no iron rings. So everything was just skin and wood, animal skin and wood used to do this. So now we're going to go into some djembe terminology. Here you have the head of the drum. Sometimes people will send the drum in for a reheading. Means they're going to get a new skin put over the head of the drum. This is the body of the drum, and this is the neck of the drum, right? So you have neck, body, head. These are iron rods that are used to put tension on the skin. Some people call them rings. So they're literally circular rings go on. You have the rope, and you have another ring at the bottom. So a small ring and two rings at the top where the skin interlopes inside and is locked inside. At the bottom of the drum, you have your rubber bottom to protect it from the ground. So, drumming positions for the djembe. When sitting, the djembe is an air drum, so it has to, the bottom, right, has to be open. So if you close it, the sound is locked. You open it here when you sit. So slight tilt and hands are here, right? On the drum, ready to play. You're gripping it with your legs, or you're wrapping the legs around in the front. Okay? This is sitting position. Okay, standing up with the drum and your strap. So first, you have a latch connected to the drum to put your strap into. Then you have one circle. You can tie it at the bottom to make it a complete circle if you have to. And you can adjust it all the time to smaller or longer. So you put it around the drum so that it's under the neck of the drum. And you should have like this. You cross it and you have it like this. 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. Right hand, head, and left hand. So you just enter and put your arms inside, and now you have the drum on you, ready to play. When you finish playing the drum and you take your strap off, now this is how you close the strap. You leave it on the neck of the drum, and then you make a knot here. You see? So now, when you leave, you're ready to go. So now, when you take your djembe off and you want to carry the djembe, it's important to know, okay? It's important to know that when you take the djembe off and it's time to go, sometimes you need to know the correct way to transport your djembe. It's very heavy sometimes. So a lot of times you don't know, but this is the correct way to carry your djembe. The basic 3 sounds that the djembe can create: the bass, the tone, and the slap. The bass is right in the center. You play through the drum with the palm of your hand. The tone is at the edge of the drum and a little bit of a cup shape to bring the tone, to release the air out. The slap is more of a flash, right? But you still finish inside of the drum, but with the mentality of a slap, okay? All of the sounds come from in between the bass and the rim of the drum. The technique for a tone and slap continues. It's an ongoing process. You never get comfortable. You're always perfecting your tone and slap. The perfection comes from what you hear first, because you know the sound that you want to create is the sound of thunder, the cracking, right? And when you play your tone, you want to make the sound of water, the sound of a stone hitting inside the water, the boom, right? Deep tone. So you never stop in this process of your technique. So now, for both techniques, all fingers are to lay on the drum. The more your hand that you can get on the drum, the more control you have of your sound. Okay? You play djembe as if it's hot. You don't rest your hands on the drum, or you will stop the resonance of the vibration. There's more sounds to be created and even to be found. But for now, we're gonna focus on the 3 basic sounds of djembe: bass, tone, slap. The bass is in the center of the drum. You don't sit into the bass. You just go through and bring out. You play djembe like it's on fire. So you never stop too long on the drum. Your tone and slap is in between the center and the edge of the drum. All fingers touch the drum and you stay on top of the drum. You don't want to come off of the drum. From the knuckles should be on the drum, right? So now when you do your bass, the palm enters the drum. And tone and slap is from the knuckles into the fingers. So your power in your tone and slap is from the hand, and the technique of the fingers is what's controlling. When you stop the resonance, you create the slap. When you let the sound to free out a little bit, you have your tone. For you, I give a regimen. This is a workout for bass, tone, slap. You say, sometimes after you play, you have to know how to tune your djembe. So a quick version of tuning your djembe. Tap the rings down on your drum by hitting it to the ground, you see? Careful not to hit the rim of the drum, but the rings. Sometimes you'll hear a slight nudge and the sound goes up. In closing, I would like to say thank you to C.O.R.E Music Foundation for having me today. The djembe literally means coming together in peace. So I really have to thank Yakira for having this session with me and giving me the opportunity to share with you all. If you like what you saw today and you want to have more of it, please don't hesitate. Go to COREmusicfoundation.org and support and ask and let them know that you want to have more of the djembe. Thank you.